What's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Doing a quick route home to get ready for the live investing Wednesday. I just had to say this. Listen, Section 8, payday loans, other very dangerous methods that are terrible temporary band-aids. I know many of you are going to be like, Erica, no, you don't. No, you don't talk about Section 8. Now, let me clarify where this is coming from. I did a post on Instagram earlier today talking about, I shared this girl's post where she said, red flags. Been on Section 8 more than 10 years, move every year. That's it. I didn't post anything. I just shared it. And I got all kind of like, in the message box. I got 50 angry messages. And I didn't even have a view on it. I just posted it. I didn't even say anything. I just posted it. See, people all up in their feelings. Okay? Now, here's why I need to talk about this. So, let's make sure everybody knows what Section 8 is. Section 8 is for low income, elderly, and the disabled. Let me make it clear. Let me be clear, as Obama used to say all the time. Let me be clear. I don't mind Section 8 for the elderly. I don't mind Section 8 for the disabled. That's what America, we do great. In Russia and in other countries, your grandma would be on the side of the street sleeping on the ground. The old people in some of these countries go walk into the forest to die because they have nothing and no one takes care of them. Now, in Asian countries, you have respect for your elders and you take care of your elders. Now, with that all being said, I think Section 8 was meant, and this is my whole backstory. I don't have time to really go how I want to go into this, but I will start. In 1960s, when they started doing the research on, just a few years out, the guy who created projects, who eventually changed his name because he was so ashamed of the fact that he created projects. It was supposed to be mixed income housing. Why? So that people who were poor could be around other mobile and able-bodied people who were going to work and doing things. So a mixed community, like a really healthy community should be. But the projects turned into a horror show of danger and crime. And this was just with the Italians. This wasn't even with the blacks yet. Okay, so once the blacks started getting there, the guy was like, yo, we got to turn this thing around. And the government's like, no, let's just do some of that other program we were trying to do. Section 8. What does Section 8 do? So whatever the rents, let's say the rents are $1,000 in your city. The government's going to cover 70% of that. So that means your rent's going to be $300. You got to come out $300 out of your pocket. That's a deal, right? Now let's keep it 100. In some cities, rent's $2,000. New York, other places, Miami, California, $2,000. So you paying a very small portion of that is a win. Now, here is where I didn't even say anything, but I feel like I have to now come out here and say what I need to say. Section 8 is wonderful for the elderly. It's wonderful. It is a godsend because there are a lot of elderly who will have no life savings, no investments. Of course, men die before women and women live a little bit longer. So that happens, okay? All right. Section 8 is great for the disabled. I know someone, he's missing part of his hand, similar to the football player that's out there playing. But he's always worked. He just has never been able to work like a high level job. And when he got divorced, he's like, me and my wife, that was how I afforded to live in the nice home I lived in. And once he got divorced, he needed to be on Section 8 because he could still work. But again, homeboy got one arm. It's always had a little bit of in the mail from the government in some shape or form. Here's my problem with where people are getting mad with me. I don't have a problem with that. Your mom had an accent, your dad had an accent. I don't have a problem with that. What I'm saying is a problem if somebody is 10 years on, from 25 years old to 35 years old, you haven't had any life change, any skills improvement so that you don't have to be on Section 8. Now, I know someone's going to get mad at me and say, well, Erica, I got all these kids. You don't know my story. You don't know my life. I don't. But the government was never meant to take care of you cradle to grave. Study after study shows when moms have Medicaid and Medicare and all that stuff like that, in comparison to people with no insurance, some of the women with babies with no insurance got better care than the government assisted people. I remember my sister in the month, I think it was 2 months, she was waiting to get her official insurance from Blue Cross Blue Shield. They treated her like dirt. Like, you're going to just take these vaccination shots whenever I tell you to bring this baby in here. Don't question me. Don't question me, mother. Like, they were ratchet attitude having doctors because they felt some type of way about dealing with your po ass. Prime example, when I was getting ready to go have my surgery, you guys who watch the channel know I had a surgery a little bit ago. They did not take people who had Medicaid, Medicare. They didn't take people who had government assisted kind of insurance. You had to have the best insurance. And if you didn't have the best insurance, your ass couldn't even come up in there for a doctor's appointment. And the funny thing is like I didn't mind coughing up $500 because I knew they were the best of the best surgeons. $500 for insurance was what they were charging me, which was outrageous. But if you guys know my story, my father had a massive heart attack young when I was in college. Also, my mom's had a brain aneurysm. Now, according to the law, it's illegal for insurance companies to know or to judge your premiums based on your family's history. It's illegal. Now, do you not think, though, they do some scanning? And when they ask you what is your family history, don't you realize they get that in there? Okay? They get that in there. Okay? Somehow, some way, they get that information. So I think that's part of why they cost so much. But back on the conversation about, when you have government assisted programs, it's no incentive to the business owner. It's no incentive to the doctor to treat you nice. Prime with Section 8. You got people living in Section 8. The only way they can get repercussions on the landowner is just multiply calling the hotline all day, complaining about repairs, complaining about things wrong with their house over and over and over. Now, what does that create? What type of person has all day and night to call about some broken issue in their house? Someone without a job. Now, you may say, Erica, you don't know that. Listen, there are lots of people in Section 8 who work pretty decent jobs, but they live in expensive cities. That's why it creates all these wait lists. And honestly, I think, listen, Section 8 does good for the child who, he's got on dirty clothes and he's got a bad haircut, but his mom's got him in a good neighborhood because the neighborhood has Section 8. Right? The teacher doesn't know little Jerome or little Javier or little Billy his mama's poor. Now, we all know, we can tell who's poor via teeth and other reasons, but you don't know. That kid's at a good school, kids has a chance. That was the original intent of Section 8, to give you a chance. It was not to make you live good. And there's people on YouTube right now, I'm not going to call no names because I don't want that heat, showing their whole life, like stunting on them, like living their best life via Section 8. And that is disgusting. I'm sorry. It's disgusting. You should have shame, but there is no shame in America anymore. It's I do whatever I got to do to get where I got to go. And if some of these people took 2 minutes to put all that energy they in there trying to find every government loophole to get Section 8, to actually getting business loans, business credit cards, they would be living their real best life. I mean, this doesn't make any sense to me that I see every day of the week Haitians and Africans and people who don't even have skills. Now, everybody wants to believe every African that comes here is a doctor, lawyer, medical person. That is not true. I have several calls from people who are African who don't have no skills. But yet they watch this videos, they watch this channel, they call me 6 months later, I'm talking to them, they got cars and houses and shit. I'm like, what is going on? Straight doing it. Come to America, gaslight, gasolina lit, ready to go. Not playing. They're not playing. They're not here for the play. Okay? They're not here for the play. So, I got all this heat on Instagram and all these DMs, and I personally responded to everybody's personal message because I felt I wanted to make sure it was clear. I want to make myself very clear. It is great for your grandma. Section 8 is great for your disabled cousin Ronnie who can't work. Section 8 was not meant for you to live on from cradle to grave. Section 8 and welfare and food stamps and assistance, that shit should be like 3 years max. Right now in Texas, they're mad because Texas, they giving people food stamp for 3 months and like, get your life together. Texas is a harsh state. But what I love about that is like, this is temporary. Go fill your refrigerator up with all the chicken you can get from Costco or whatever, and all the rice and beans and all the veggies you can stack in your deep freezer, and then go get your shit going. Get to work. Now, I'm going to flip that over because I thank you, Rock and Roll Dina, because Mike B already pulled it up. I'm trying to drive and look at the road, but that's where I'm going. Give me a second. I'm going to get you there before I get out of this car. About to be at the house. The flip side is people say, well, Erica, what about Donald Trump? Even some of my friends were checking me, and I hadn't even said anything in the post. Checking me about, well, I love taking Section 8 tenants. I get guaranteed money from the government. You know why you're saying that? Because what you're saying is people are unreliable. People don't pay rent. People are broke. So you rather trust the government with your rental property than them. Now, let's not get it twisted. Donald Trump family, not Donald Trump, but Donald Trump's daddy and his family, everybody who's in New York should know this. They were getting millions of dollars a month. Millions of dollars a month in Section 8 tenants. Okay, listen, you're already not listening, NC. You already not listening. See, I can already tell you didn't really hear that. You're not listening. I already said these people aren't lazy. People usually have to work. They have to pay 30% of the rent. You're not listening. That means they have to have some type of job, right? That means they have to have some type of job. Not saying they're lazy. I'm saying what it does is stops you from creating the next level in skills to get you moved on in life. Now, I do know a family where the mama became a nurse, but in her 40s because she was on Section 8 for a few years while in school. Okay, make sure you're listening when I'm talking. Like, I think y'all be so hyped, ready to like get in there and say something. I mean, like, calm down. Don't cuss me out before you hear me out. You know what I mean? Don't do that. What I'm saying is it stunts your growth. There's study after study that shows there are people generationally living this way. I've already told y'all about a pair. It's twins and a brother. The brother failed a grade, so he was in the same grade with the twins. And they were all going to college. They were so excited. And their mom was excited to take them to get food stamps. That's all she could offer them was some fucking food stamps. It was like, yeah, I'm going to get y'all down here, and I'm going to get y'all these food stamps, and y'all going to go to college. And, college students can get food stamps, and they can get a little bit of this and that. And it was like the kids were so sad. They were looking at their mom like embarrassed. And I was like, you know what? She's doing the best she can. That's all she could offer them in her mentality. Was, hey, now you can eat and you don't have to call me for money. Cool. I salute her for doing the best she can. What people don't understand is that's going to stunt their growth. Now you're putting them in the database of the system to do this when really they could go to college and go take their ass to work. Part-time somewhere. Most students have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule where they go to class maybe 4 hours out of the day. Okay? You can work in college. Unless you're becoming a doctor, you can work in college. Unless you're really stupid, you can work in college. And now be careful when I said stupid. What I mean is if it takes you're hard to learn, it's hard to learn something, then you need to really focus, but you still can work on the weekends. Don't lie. You can work on the weekends. Many people have done it and made it and didn't die. So now on the flip side, I got off track, but I'm gonna get back on track. Donald Trump and his family, many real estate companies like Section 8. I will say from our personal experience with Section 8 tenants, never do it again for not any of the properties we have. Never ever in the future. Never ever ever again. The clientele was what I thought it was. The people were who we thought they were. They're a person getting a discount, but not being grateful for the discount. You're living in a beautiful $1,500, or $1,700 house, paying $300. You bring in $300 attitude and $300 mindsets. Not everybody. Some people got some nice people in their family that's living in Section 8. They got some good folks taking care of the house, doing what they gotta do, following the rules. But you do got some yahoos and some hooligans. Now that's why she said red flag number 1 was they move every year. I've seen plenty of houses where the Section 8 person had multiple kids and they moved. It was towed the hell up. This isn't me just saying I'm theorizing this. This is me actually knowing people who had to spend $10,000 and $15,000 repairing homes where they had Section 8 tenants. So, again, Section 8 is a temporary band-aid to a long-term problem. Your long-term problem is a math problem. Am I right? Am I right? Okay? As my dad used to say, am I right? Am I right? Which means you can only say right. So here's the thing. Payday loans. Why did I bring up payday loans? They had all this legislation to like ban the payday loan, ban it, ban these payday loans, ban all this really loan sharking type deal of money. And these things can be solved if we actually taught stuff in school related to your bank account and accounting and checking. But guess what? Thanks to the Rothschilds in the 1920s, we took that out of school. Go look it up. 1920s in New York, they started it there, taking accounting out of the schools. You didn't need accounting. You just needed basic knowledge. So you could be a worker bee. And so what payday loans have created, it's a monster. But even when I talk about people getting these subprime loans with cars that are like 17% interest, 18% interest, when you tell them the solution, they don't want to hear it. The solution is, when you get these really ridiculous loans, is to prepay and pay them off early. Now, what does that mean? You might have to work a second job. You may have to temporarily do something to get more money to pay off that expensive loan. People are not trying to hear that. People want to tell you that, how dare them loan shark me for this loan I gladly took against my will. Okay? Again, it's a temporary band-aid, and a terrible band-aid at that, to a long-term math problem. So do I think payday loans are bad? They are horrible. Do I think some people would be on the street if they didn't have a payday loan? Yeah. Are some people on the street because they got a payday loan? Yeah. So look, I'm going to read some of y'all comments, but I'm scared to read them because I already know y'all going to be in here trying to come for my throat, man. I'm just saying, before I go on the Live Investing Wednesday course. And I have some bundles of stuff I'm trying to come give y'all some discounts, because somebody was like, Erica, I saved up all this money. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, fine. I'll give, right before, it's like fourth quarter, I'll give some kind of discount on some courses so that, okay, I'm getting ready to read your messages. Give me a second. Electronic Tone said, stop making videos while you're driving. It's distracted driving. I'm not touching anything. Don't make me come through here and hit you with the neck. All right, so we're parked. And I'm going to try to read some of this, because I know you guys are coming for me. I make videos when I damn well want to, and every day when I drive, because I have a car mount and it's attached. Now let me see what this says. Oh gosh. It's cutting off some of my stuff. So it says Sarasota, Florida. So everything before that, I don't know why the screen's not showing me. There are affordable housing lotteries in NYC. True. Mixed income housing. I know someone who earns $200,000 a year and got the plug. Cam, they really working it. Homie saved over $240,000 in 3 years while balling out on a car. The system is rigged. To some degree it is. By any means necessary. Yeah, they love telling me, you don't know my story? Here in Sarasota, you have to have insurance, no Medicaid. Good to know. There are folks in mixed income condos, new developments, by the way, and they rent it out for Airbnb. It's not allowed, but look the other way. That's true. Might be that some of them do. Okay, so the thing I said about teeth, let me just be very careful. So they had a study of like, how can you tell when people are, suffering from poverty? And so they were at a military base, and they were just studying the people once they shaved their head, put them all in the same clothes, and they got ready to do them for a run, and they just kept taking photos after photos. And it was people with the bad teeth. That's how they knew who was in poverty before they joined the army. The records of people's teeth. Like you could hear, go talk to army dentists, go Google it. Like, there are people who had to pull so many people's teeth just so they could be like baseline okay in the army. Like, they came in with rotten teeth all in their mouth. So teeth has always been a financial indicator in our economy. I know it's weird, but it just has been. Richard Mayfield, I'm going to be careful, but he said Section 8 is okay, but it breaks up homes and starts the division process between child and father. Interesting take. Okay, right. So Richard Mayfield, there became these laws where in order for you to get assistance and benefits, you had to list the father's name, you had to list where he worked. You wouldn't even be able to get housing unless you list this man as this person. Now, in my mind, if the father has a house and has a job and mama don't, let's move those kids over there. But you know, I don't want to get skewered by all the women on the internet, so I'll be quiet. It's some that take advantage and don't work, just wait on the list for a voucher. Well, you know, Tasha E, again, some places you do have to be working, some stuff, yeah. Oh my God, Mike Twin B, I just left the reservation last week. All those people get assistance, and I ain't mad at them. All you see in the grocery store is EBT, WIC. So here's the thing about some of the reservations. They're remote, some are isolated, and really the only jobs hiring is trucking. Like, and a lot of those guys do not want to be long distance trucking, especially if you have records, your insurance is going to be high, really don't make no money, profit from it. There's a lot of issues, right? So a lot of them are assistants. But here's my thing. When you have the opportunity in America to not be on assistance, like it's just a country so full of opportunity. There are $1 million neighborhoods in Brooklyn, and people here live on Section 8 and have prime networks around them and don't know how to use them. They wearing New Jordans, though. That's right, Cam Cam. Also, Cam Cam in New York, they showed where all those Jewish people were in that racket of rings, like taking up all the housing. Like the Hasidic Jews in one part of New York are all the Section 8 housing. Even though financially, when they went back to check their records, they could afford to live not in Section 8 housing. So they were getting on them because they were basically cheating the system. Okay. Again, thank you, Rock and Roll Dina. Oh, yeah. I mean, get you a few trailers, some land, you're good for 20 years. People will live in all kind of nasty rundown trailers for years. Everybody, listen, there's 132 of y'all in here. Let's get them likes up. We had like 40 likes. You know I'm about to get off here in like 9 minutes. I got to get off here in like less than 9 minutes. Come on now, don't do me like that. Oh, yes, I am. Your other subs don't. Donald Trump and his daddy had to be taken to court to keep black people from moving in their apartments, working families. So height, weight, yeah. I mean, that's the part of the thing. You know, they were making millions off Section 8 and still getting lawsuits, you know? So, see, here it is. I mean, I didn't want to go here, but I got to go here. Yep says, I know a lady like this. Her kid is turning 18 and she has no plan. I know a woman right now, and I've been telling everybody that I know. She was married to a military man, got divorced, had 3 kids. The 3 kids all went to college. They gone. They ain't coming back either. She had to downsize. She downsized her apartment. She's renting her house out that she got in a divorce. Renting it out. Living in a small apartment, renting a big house out. Guess what? She just got pregnant by another soldier. She's 41 years old, y'all. 41 years old. Now, y'all know I've been telling this story for a good minute. That baby's 1 now, but I just want to express to you, some people don't have a plan other than to have somebody pay them. They just don't have a plan. Most women would be like, I'm 41 and I don't have no kids. I'm about to go be free. Not everybody feels that way. Girl, that mom, I'm telling you, they were embarrassed. I remember that shit. And what it was they were essentially, you can qualify for food stamps when you go to college, students, for whatever reason. Like, that's all she looked up to give them. And I mean, I get it. You don't want to feel like you're sending your kid out with no money, but that's what you're doing. G-Man, you are priceless. Always keeping it real with love. Thank you. Listen, there's a thing in churches always says truth with love. And this one guy made a comment that, oh, you go to a mixed church. So? I go to a very wealthy church. I be around like-minded people. We're like one of the biggest givers in the city for women, for like the preventative care, to not get an abortion, adoptions, all kind of stuff. And our church adopts a lot of African kids and black kids. So, I mean, you know, truth with love. I want to bring truth on this channel, but love. Learn programming and coding. Yes, Clarence. Washington, that's something they should do. Nothing with temporary assistance. If you're going through a crisis, but no more than 6 months, not good. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, to me, when it said 10 years, I'm like, 10 fucking years? You got a decade? Like, even as I came to Texas and I was having difficulties, I kept working, switching jobs, working, making more money, real estate, like, you know, just hitting the fucking hammer. And I remember the accountant thought I was going to get audited. She's like, your income tripled. They might audit you. And I was like, damn good then. And I think, you know, in America, there is this kind of like hustle, hustle, make more money. And there's some people who are like absolutely rejecting that. Like, fuck that. I want to be comfortable. I want to sit on a couch and sit on my ass. If you get that student loan money, you can get a work study job or work at Best Buy or web design, earn $1,000 in supplemental income. Yep. Might be I had tenants stay for 6 years. I mean, listen, when people really like the location, they'll stay for years. Some people are great tenants on Section 8, Angela. Many tear up your property. I've seen horrible things. T. Kelly. Older folks with special needs, family members. That's part of it too. I've seen Section 8 aftermath damage with damaged walls, countertops, make a new rental look like a war zone. Yeah. And it's up here. It's in the mind. So when somebody's telling me they move in every year to a new part, like who the fuck with children been on Section 8 for 10 years move every year? Like, you don't even care about your child being in the same school system with the same friends and same, like, that doesn't even sound logical. I know it's wrong of me, but I grit my teeth at people who be on Section 8 health way. Hey, listen, girl, me too. You know, sometimes I'm in my apartment and I just relax because I'm a minimalist. But I also go, I just feel good accomplishing whatever for my business, right? Like, I had to produce some bank statements for this loan. And I got that bank statements up there. I slapped them on the desk of the officer. He's like, look at you. Good for you. And I just laughed because who knows what he thought of me, stereotype wise. Like, I really don't go inside offices anymore. I just happened to be at that Navy Federal. But anyway, it was interesting. I just love people's face, catching people's face. How my high school taught me basic accounting. I went to a crappy high school. There you go. Payday loans have triple digit rate. Oh yeah. And then they be in these fucking Facebook groups acting like they tricked me. They scammed me. No, bitch, you saw that damn interest rate. Like, now they even circle it before you sign. They circle it. Circle it. Payday loans. Where's Montel Williams? Somewhere smoking weed. You know, he has multiple sclerosis. Honey, don't you know when you experience being homeless, you count any help being a blessing until you can do better. Listen, I will tell you this. When I struggled with a gap in having a place to live, yes, homelessness, and people saw I was working my ass off, there were couples, wealthy couples, like, I will give you the money for the fucking apartment. Here's a fucking check. You work your ass off. You know what I mean? And I laughed because I was like, wow, thank you. Like, people know if you're trying. People always want to help somebody who's trying. I've seen some kids here in Austin be like struggling delivering pizzas. Like, there was a kid delivered pizzas in our group, and somebody straight up just gave him, I can't remember, it was $100 or something for gas in a gas card. Not cash, but like gas card. And he like cried in his car. This is like a fucking 22-year-old dude. People know when you're fucking working your ass off. People know when you're not too. So. Oh yeah, money lending isn't going anywhere. Son, Cam, I don't even know. I don't know how they be driving. Rock and roll Dean. I worked $9 retail job while in college. Senior year, I quit and took a $20K in student loans. Worst mistake. I paid it off in 2 years after graduating. Never had a loan again. Woo. Thanks, because you really don't have to give discounts. That's love. G-Man, here's the thing. The prices are all going to increase. Like, there's going to be ads and stuff on the channel for Christmas. And I've told y'all that. So it's not like I'm going to be like, boom, hit you over the head, increase prices. Like, I've been talking about that for 6 months, that the prices were going to increase. So I feel like this is for y'all who are here, who've been here. You're not like new people. Does that make sense? Like, you know what I mean? You've been here. So you getting a discount, I'm okay with. Not these damn new internet people. Not messing. These new subscribers. Fresh J, you know, I think that's a lot of people. But, you know, whites and people go for easy jobs. So hits low pay. I don't even know how to say your name. You said shout out, please. They want an easy way. Yes, that's right, Fresh J. Rockin' Dean, I'm not trying to be a a-hole, but that's just literally like, they had somebody just studying how to make the army more equal, right? Like, how do you make it more equal? You know, even after you shaved everybody's head, you put them all in the same clothes, you're putting them all through the same program, you still had that separation, not because somebody's an officer and somebody's not, but because you have These people who, at the end of the day, the teeth, poverty, the conversation they have in people. The Miss Vegan repeated it and I died again. See, I'm just saying. The British elite still have bad teeth though. DMV Pat, that's a reflection of their healthcare system. I'm talking about an American system where in America there's a lot of availability to it, right? Like in Britain, that's not uncommon, right? There you go, MMA fan 3. Erica, Section 8 people who abuse it don't understand the hard work it takes to own and appreciate something. They don't. So they come in and then tear shit up. G-Man. Let this be known, there are home ownership opportunities for lower incomes that you can take advantage of instead of Section 8. Did I tell y'all all? Okay, so some of y'all are new and y'all don't know, but I was talking about this a couple years ago, how I went to a program here in Austin for down payment assistance. This is before I couldn't qualify for it. Now I can't qualify for it. But at the end of the day, it was a couple years ago, and I went to go to the class and study and see who's there. It was full of white people and Asians. Foreign, not even got their citizenship yet, Asians and white college students. What was it originally about the down payment assistance for Austin? It was for Section 8 people and people in the projects. They originally created this program to give you $15,000 down so you could buy your home, and they can every year they send out letters to every single person on Section 8, every single person in the projects, and they can get maybe one or two. And they teach classes all year long at different times so they can catch you all on the weekend. Sometimes they do a Saturday, they do all kind of stuff. And then if you get the loan, here's the shit that's crazy. If you get the loan, if you make 12 on-time payments to your mortgage, they shred it. The city gives you a forgiveness. Let me tell you, when I talk to people, they say it's hard to get more than 10 people a year in. They're like, it's cheaper long term to put these people in this home down payment assistance program. It's cheaper to put them in a home in Austin or the edges, Pflugerville, Maynard. Mostly just Austin though. Each city has its own. Than to keep them on assistance, and they don't even show up for the free. Like, and other people come and give stories like, hey, I paid my mortgage 12 times on time, and they shredded the loan. People still will be in Section 8. That's how crazy it is. Jews and Russians are taking advantage of the system in New York. Section 8 will pay $4,500 a month for a one bedroom. Yeah, and that's why Donald Trump and them were making a killing off of it. His father, mostly. The Section 8 was a part of some kind of, like, the program that created it. Like, it was a part of a program, and that's the thing. Oh, yeah, Rockendale, they'll never rent to non-neighborhood folks. So, yeah, being in Section 8 keeps folks not wanting to increase their incomes and become self-sufficient, because every year when they do these checks, you'll get put out. Any men's programs? Hey, Beatology, that's the fact. Listen, I remember Glenda Cameron said there's no men's programs in America. And if you're really honest, there isn't. There isn't. There are not men's programs. Like, there are even issues where they have men trying to get in homeless shelters, and they can't because they don't allow kids in the homeless shelter. Only women's shelters have kids. I mean, it's Mike B. See, Mike B, you gonna make me chop you. We constantly talk about homeownership and insurance, but we don't talk enough about what it requires to purchase, maintain, and keep a home. Some motherfucking income, yo. Get a better job, yo. That's what it requires. Like, I don't know on this show how else I can say other than, like, you need to make more money. If you think you're going to buy a house by yourself, a single man or a single woman, and you barely making $2,500 a month, no, you're not. Now, you can get a condo. You can get a townhouse where you ain't got no grass. Yeah, you can get that. People don't need to be reminded of what it takes to keep a home. Like, common sense should tell you it's going to take a little bit more money. That's where I am. I'm getting a little frustrated, and I apologize. But here's the thing. I'm going to be doing a bunch of traveling and a bunch of investing. And I'm pretty much going to open it up. Not yet, but I'm going to open up so that I can partner in JV with people for houses. And I just don't want to hear this mamby-pamby shit about how much it costs to maintain a home. Like, you know, people think they're going to live in an apartment their whole life. And if you train yourself to just live in an apartment and everything's for free, then okay, it is. You know what I'm saying? So let's get those likes up. It's 143 of y'all in here. I'm going to finish out these last ones and go. 10-year turnaround. Love that book, Erica. Thank you. Somebody get, I mean, like, I don't think a lot of people even want to get that book because they're like, 10 years? What about 90 days? Language, Skynet. I know Skynet is probably like, Erica just cussed. I'm going to get her now. LaShawn Jefferson, there you go. No MIS programs. Army or pigeon. Only government aid we get. Listen. And even then, when you talk to some of these young men, they don't want to go to Army. They be homeless fucking downtown. You be like, you want to go to Army? No. No, man, I ain't doing the Army. Man, get your ass out of here. I mean, even trucking. Like, everybody I know that has trucking has a hard time keeping young men. Like, they just want to do it. I'm telling you. Yep. Oh, Nicole Williams, yeah, they're making a killing off them poor people. Nicole and the poor people continue to make the government rich. Oh, O'Shea was bashing black women with you on the panel Sunday. Oh, I left. I think he was bashing black women after I left or something to that extent. Here's the thing. I think he was saying people are coming over there being overly emotional and it's a men's show and they don't want to be overly emotional. I'm not certain, Jason. You can tell me what he said. But at the end of the day, like, I built my own platform over here. I have served over 3,700 clients. You know, I'm one of the more wealthier YouTubers who actually do it and actually have results for people. So I don't really, it doesn't bother me when people say that because I'm like, that's his channel. He can say whatever he wants. Peace, Young J 216. Hit the link button. Thanks. Yeah, everybody hit the like button. Hit it. It's 145 of y'all in here. I'm getting ready to roll out in less than 3 minutes. Let me see what this is. Okay, thank you, Book of Consult. Y'all know what's up. Most people can use Section 8 to buy a home. Yolanda, what's up, everybody? How long has Erica been on? I've been on a long time. I got to get out of here. Tomorrow's class, why income property is the best asset class. That's right, everybody. So Dr. Meadows, he is feeling better, hopefully, and he will be on the show tomorrow, Thursday, talking about why rental properties are the best assets. So that'll be a good one. Tonight, we're going to have Money Mandu and Andre C. Hatchett talking about drop shipping in the live Wednesday investing course. Why am I having that on there? Because I feel like it was a good segue and somebody asked. It's a segue break. And then next week, I'm going to talk about the stocks I have that are in my portfolio and why I choose them and how I chose them. So a more in-depth show than what I did the other couple days ago. There you go, Rock Martin. Look at squatters in Detroit. Why take over a house, then trash it up even more, live like a rat? It's up here. It's in the mind. They're living like a rat in their mind. She got her second amendment. Man, I got my second amendment. When I go back to Detroit, I'm going to bring it with me. Mike B, I ain't going to touch that. I ain't going to touch that right now. Yep. We're at the home programs. Man, credit sweeps and these fucking payday loans are scams, bro. Y'all, and they're like, Erica, do you do credit sweeps? No, I'm not going to tell you to go get a police report saying you got identity theft and then try to get everything off your credit report. I don't do that. That's not what I do. I work with you to figure out your issues. Because some of you, even if I clean your credit, I'll see you in 2 years from now with the same stuff on it. I promise you. Yolanda, exactly. There's a match grant program. And there was only 2 people in her class. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. I saved up money to buy a house, and the week I moved in, they called me with Section 8 apartment I tried to get for years. See? Jesus or Jesus, however you want to say your name. You got to like work. Erica, please don't. You have a big real estate life show to do in 30 minutes. I really do. I got to go. I got to get off here. I got to get off here. Oh. Okay, y'all doing the most. I can't in here. I love y'all. Y'all the best. Listen, this is Erica Williams from the Classy Climb Show. If you haven't got the big real estate life classes, live investing Wednesday, it's coming on here. It is coming up. And also, if you haven't got the Smartphone Millionaire book, How to Invest in People, Real Estate, or Businesses from the Palm of Your Hand, you can grab that on Amazon, the physical copy, or the links are in the comment section and below. If you need to talk to me, listen, we're going to have a bunch of traveling coming up, so definitely you might want to grab a consult before I'm too busy. So everybody, this is Erica, Classy Climb Blog. You guys are the best. Stay good. Stay golden.